Welcome. Let's start with our open prayer and then off we go. O Great Spirit, Father Sky, Mother Earth, the winds, the waters, my Father, my Mother, Atanaha, all that is. We thank you for our lives and we thank you for these good people. We thank you for all that we are and all that we are to become. We dedicate our time spent together and our relationships with one another to you. We ask that our suffering be ended and our pain be lifted to the love and to the peace that lay beyond. Aho, Amen, Namaste. Okay, so I'm just going to start. Immediately, we get some questions coming in. Okay, let's just start by drawing ourselves an angel card for today. I'm going to have to do it online. Let's do this. Let's draw ourselves an angel card and then off we go. Ooh. So today we have tranquility. Make time to rest, be still, and enjoy your solitude, indulging in much needed self-care. So let's slow this down. We're getting a very strong message, so we're just going to call on the angels and the places where we are blocking self-care because we think we don't have the time or the money or we're not worthy of it. Can we release it now? Okay, so I'm just going to check on the phone as well because there's some questions coming in through Insta and that doesn't connect to here. Okay. Okay, so dear Sky, can you please help me remove the blockages that stop me from moving to another country? I think France will help me make the quantum jump into my healing business. Thank you very much. Okay, let me have a look. Angels, what are we doing today? Okay, yeah, so I'm immediately getting Archangel Raphael coming in saying that you are really not getting enough sunlight, so that yes, moving to a warmer climate is going to be super good for you. So let's just release the belief that immigration is complicated, that it's hard, that you get discriminated against. So many of you have that in your DNA. And let's replace it with I have creator's perspective, definition, understanding of immigration. I know how to make the move to where creator wants me to move with grace and ease. I have creator's perspective, definition, understanding of how to be in harmony with every country that I live in, how to be financially provided for in every country that I live in, how to be at home in every country that I live in, that I visit, that I teach in. Oh, there we go. I know what it feels like to belong. Okay, hi Sky. I asked the angels if they could bring me a miracle this magical month, something from my vision board or anything even better. I'm wondering if they have a message for me in the meantime. Okay, let's have another look. Okay, so the card that came up from the angels is worthiness. Know you deserve to receive good in all ways, followed by keep charging ahead and don't take no for an answer. Expect miraculous solutions to appear. So it's that energy of I've put it on the vision board and it's in that what I call divine right order stage or the gestation stage, kind of like when you're pregnant with the baby and you have to wait for the baby to be ready to born. Marianne Williamson calls this, like the stage of being in divine right order. I call it the stage of knowing the seasons that you're in. And they're saying that it's for you, this season is about worthiness. And that's what's really holding like the image on the card is of a mermaid curled up And you can see that when your energy is curled up, right? Your hands aren't open. You can't receive. So, can we release this closed energy anywhere where you're tensing, clenching, tightening, almost like that I'm cold feeling? Can we release that, please? There we go. Okay, that's looking good. Oh, and I'm getting I'm just trying to figure out, there's a goddess that came through quite strong there. Just trying to get her name for you. Okay, so it's Lakshmi that came through for you, which is the one of the Hindu goddesses of abundance, and she really wants to help you to feel power and to feel worthiness. So I'm also getting Mother Mary coming in quite strong, and what the angels are showing me is that those images of Mother Mary where she's known as Queen of the Angels, and it's the idea of a unity archetype where an archetype embodies three story arcanas, as it were. So Mother Mary embodies the mother archetype in the physical world and represents the physicality, the practical aspects of mothering, not just children, but the world. And then she got the crown of stars on her head, which represents that in order to do this, you have to be in sovereignty. Your mother archetype has to be inside the queen archetype. You have to understand that the mother energy is not just the queen of the home, she's the queen of the kingdom, right? Your internal kingdom of your consciousness. And then she's queen of the angels, so it's understanding that you are in that divine sovereignty and that life is working for you, all because the angels represent the messengers of the universe or the forces of the universe, right? So in order to fully actualize your potential as that divine mother energy where you're nurturing whole communities of women within the world, um, you have to really tap into all three of those archetypes in one. And that's what Mother Mary is the physical embodiment of: the queen archetype, the mother archetype, and the divine, like sovereign archetype, the goddess archetype in one embodied being. So, can we allow her to come in so that you can be celebrated, so that you can be cherished, so that you can be worshipped? There we go. Whew. Okay, that was beautiful. Hi, Sky. Can you please help me heal my coccyx pain? It's not going away. I can't sit at all. Okay, many thanks. Let me see what is going on. Okay, guys, just go down. Okay, so self-forgiveness came through for you twice, and there's a mermaid sitting down, right? On the card that you got, and it says, let go of old guilt and remember that you're God's perfect child. So I want you to just close your eyes for me, connect with your angels, and all the places where you feel guilty about needing support: financial support, emotional support, family support, community support. All the places where you're angry at yourself for needing support, even from yourself, or you're trying to be hyper independent, or you resent needing other people, that you just think you shouldn't. Oh. And I'm also seeing a lot of like mother silencing or mother like mother wound here, where it's like the end of you're asking for help and you're asking for, and people are ignoring you. because it's coming, listen, like people, this is very, like, from a metaphysical perspective, when you are ignoring yourself, then people in your world will ignore you, and you'll be a vibrational match for people who ignore you. Okay. So can we release the places where you are ignoring yourself, your inner child, right? Your own shadow, your own divine life purpose. Okay. That's looking a lot better. So can we also download you with creator's perspective, definition, understanding of self-forgiveness, what it is, what it feels like, and make yours the same as creators? Would that be okay? Okay, there we go. Sing a song, saying, hello, Sky. Hey, beautiful. Ali Rebel is saying, hi, Sky. How are you today? Do the angels have any advice for me? Okay, let's ask. It's been fun already drawing cards, so let's ask. Let's see what comes up. Okay, so waves of prosperity and exciting opportunities washing over you, and divine magic, extra magical energy surrounds your situation right now. Expect miracles. So, whenever I get these two cards, right, in any angel reading, I know that it's talking about gratitude. It's talking about there's a lot of prosperity and there's a lot of opportunity, but you may have gotten used to the level that you're at. So you're no longer celebrating, no longer appreciating what you have, and then that blocks the next level from coming in. So anywhere where you're stuck at a level because you're refusing to be grateful for or appreciate it. There we go. Let's just open you up to everything that you have, knowing that doesn't block you in acceptance or your comfort zone. There we go. Okay. Okay, dear Sky, can you please scan my relationship with God and tell me what I should improve? Okay, let's have a look. Morning affirmations. Say positive affirmations each morning and to open the gates. It's important to only think about what you desire, not what you fear. Watch your thoughts. So these two cards are coming in really, really strong, but saying that the biggest block to your connection with God is what you're consuming. And what we consume is not just what we consume food wise, it's what we consume media wise, it's what the company that we keep. And it's been one of the most interesting things about being home is that I am suddenly around people who have a very different mindset, right? And also have a very different way of connecting or making conversation, because the way most people build trust is by sharing the difficulties they have during the day, right? And the problems that they solve. Whereas when you've been in the spiritual community for a while, that we build trust more by sharing solutions than by sharing problems, right? So it's been a very powerful lesson for me again, and it's always different every time I come home, but it's been a very powerful lesson for me of how to hold that space and make sure I'm keeping positive thoughts. Because if you do become who you hang around. And if people are constantly in that energy of God isn't real, or they never talk about a higher power, or they don't really believe in prayer and and celebration and worship, then you get sucked into this place where you start to act like God doesn't exist, or you start to hide the fact that you talk to God, or you start to remove the word God from your conversations. And that even happened to me with Theta, because in Theta, everybody talks about creator. And I found myself feeling very embarrassed about using the word God. And they would say to me, oh, but if you use the word God, you'll trigger a bunch of people. And it's like, well, if you use the word creator, you'll trigger a bunch of people too. So people will often block your connection with God because they don't have a connection with God, and then it makes you feel uncomfortable. So it's really about your inner circle, and it's also about really being careful what you think and what you say. So that energy of talk to your problems about how great God is instead of talking to God about how big your problems are is key to you building a better relationship with Creator. But I'm just going to bring in Archangel Michael, get him to vacuum your crown chakra for me. There we go. I love that I can just shuffle a card deck on a laptop so that even if I forget my cards, the angels are always there for us. So I'm going to shuffle before we even get to the next question. Let's rock and roll. Okay, so dear Sky, can you please scan my relationship? Oh, we just did that one. Katie Hodge is saying, hi, Sky. I've been getting to bed at 9 p.m. like suggested. It's been 2 nights back to back, but wow, definitely not ignoring my guidance for this one. I know sleep is such a simple thing. 99% of the time when a client comes to me and says, I'm overwhelmed, I'm struggling, I lack energy, sleep is the number one thing. And it's so simple and it's so ignored, right? But all the studies say rest, and we like their first card today was about taking time to rest and to rejuvenate and to repair, and how important it is. So yeah, please, if you're getting guidance to sleep, take it seriously. Hi, dear magnificent Skylar. Hi, beautiful. So happy to have you here. What advice do you have for when people do not sign up for a program or a session or a women's circle? Okay, so the way I'm just going to scan you first, actually. Okay, so the first thing that I'm seeing is Archangel Raphael wanting to come in and kind of organize your life. There's an energy of disorganization and of not having a system or a plan in place. So let's just release that energy, that chaotic energy. And the next thing that I'm seeing is actually exhaustion. I'm really seeing that you're really tired. So let me just have a look at what your cards are. So the first one is music for manifesting. To manifest rapidly, think of a desire whilst you chant, hum, sing, or play music. Have faith and hope because there's something positive new on the horizon that you cannot see yet. Okay. So I listen to music all the time. I tend to predominantly listen to gospel or to prayer music. I listen to a lot of you know gongs and hertz frequencies and things like that as well. But I'm a huge Tay Tay fan, just so you know, like a huge Taylor Swift fan, and I'm a huge Saya fan. But I will only listen to music that has positive lyrics. I take that very seriously because it's conditioning your unconscious mind. So I think what they're saying with the manifesting to music is be careful what you're listening to, right? And they're also showing me when we talk about positive things on the horizon, this energy of there needing to be things that you look forward to. It feels like your life has become a series of things you have to do. Even spiritual events has become something you have to do. And it's not about the joy of it anymore. It used to be about the joy of it, but now it's not. So can we release anywhere where spiritual teaching has just become stressful? I got my son a Naughty Penguins book, and he's in love with the naughty penguins. They throw seals in the ice and all sorts. I can hear my mum reading to him. Okay. Okay, so I'm going to answer your question in depth because the angels are showing me it's going to benefit everybody in the group. So let's take it one step at a time. We do everything in reverse according to Course in Miracles, and I really believe that. So one of the things that it's our job to do. So let's imagine that you're manifesting your women's circle, right? I will go up into Creator's Light and I will ask Creator to bring in front of me every woman, right? That it's in my highest and best good to serve, that it would be in their highest and best good to attend the event, right? That is a perfect match for the teachings that Creator has put inside my heart, that I love and that loves me. So I'm very specific, right, about who I want in the energetic space. And I do this with all of my classes, with medical intuitive, with all that stuff. Then I will energetically create the container. So I will ask Creator to bring in the energies or show me the laws, the virtues, the colors, the crystalline structures, the sacred geometric shapes that I need to bring into this container that are going to help the evolution of these women. And then I send out angels or of these people. Then I send out angels to help them to remove the obstacles that are in the way of them coming to the event. So whether that's financial obstacles or emotional obstacles or trauma or whatever it is that they are stuck with, if it's for their highest and best good to be there and it's for my highest and best good to serve them, then the obstacles to them showing up with ease, to them seeing the posts, to them receiving the information this event is on, whether it be through word of mouth or a post or an ad, or I ask the angels to make me visible to them, to reveal this work to them, and to let them know, right, that this is important for their spiritual evolution. But you can see the conversation I'm having with the group consciousness. I'm not coming from an energy of please come to my event. How many people are coming? What do I need to hit this particular financial mark? I'm coming from an energy of Creator. How many people? Who can I serve? How is this going to help? And I've genuinely after that is when I'm normally dowsing or muscle testing. What's the highest and best financial contribution for this space, or that will most support me or support them, right? And you'll notice that a lot of my master classes that switch from being in price. Sometimes they're paid, sometimes they're free, and it depends on the answer that I get for that particular collective consciousness, right? So I'm always doing what God says. And there's a lot of people that will think I'm completely woo or crazy for that, but that's how I create these containers or create those events, right? And then I look at my own energy. I will literally scan my own body and I will be really honest. Am I tired? Am I not respecting my boundaries? Do I really want to serve these people, or have I become weary in well-doing? And that's one of my deepest Bible lessons, is that you can become weary in well-doing. You can get tired of doing the right thing and the good thing all the time. You can get tired of it and you start to go through the motions instead of getting excited and actually loving what you do, particularly when you've been teaching for a long time and it's become your main job, or it's become like you thought things would have happened by now. You thought more stuff would have occurred by now, but it hasn't, right? So it's easy to become weary in well-doing. And what really helps me, because I've got different Bible verses that I look at and different spiritual ascended masters that I look at, but so many ascended masters were how do I put this? Were like delayed. You know, if you think that Moses spent 40 years in the desert herding sheep, if you think that David was the least liked by his father of all of his brothers, and that when King Solomon came, you know, to choose his prophet, he was in the field, right? He wasn't even asked by his father to come and meet the king. You start to see this pattern of people who are forgotten or overlooked, right? So you start to realize it's not just you. There's a reason that God put these stories or these parables into the world, and it's because we are living the same story to master the same virtues. Okay, so when you become weary in well doing, it's that energy of you've really lost the magic, right? So it's the energy of calling in the mermaids, calling in the fairies, calling the joy and the sweetness of life back, and letting yourself enjoy life instead of waiting to enjoy life when the class is full. So if a class fills up, amazing. If a class doesn't fill up, cancel it and manifest another one, right? So sometimes we are moving in divine flow, and sometimes we're putting up a class because we thought we should, or we organized it in advance. And you never know why God is not filling a class. Sometimes it's divine protection. Sometimes it's because you're supposed to be somewhere else and something else is going to happen, like you would never meet your soulmate, or you you would never conceive a baby, or you would miss another major divine timing. So whenever God says no, or the class doesn't fill up, I really, really trust that. I believe that if the class doesn't fill up, there's a reason. And the most obvious reason, and I'm sad to say, right, because you guys have heard me ranting about this for weeks, is that you guys are hiding. So you create this event, you may put it up on a business page, sometimes on another platform like Meetup or something like that, and you don't share it, you don't talk about it, you don't teach around the issue beforehand, you don't connect with your people, and you've not built enough trust, and you've not um, um, served the community at a high enough level that they understand what you do, and if you can help them. And you have to really understand, I mean really, really understand, that we are operating on a trust deficit, because this is a world of fear. So most people, when they come to watch my lives, or when they come to watch my workshops, one of the most common things that I hear is, I've watched all your videos, or I've been around you for years, and I had no idea that was going on. But that is what people are doing. Why are they doing that? They're trying to figure out if they can trust me. So I may have only met them a couple of days ago, but they have been circling, feeling the vibration, figuring out if I'm safe, figuring out they can trust me for a very long time. So it's that energy of understanding that trust cannot be earned or demanded. It has to be given. Trust is a gift, just like grace. So of actually showing up, of actually communicating, and possibly the best way of getting it in your head is that you would completely understand if somebody, let's say you were talking to your soulmate and you only talk to them 2 weeks out of 3, that they would not really trust you, right? So it's the same thing. If you don't show up, if you don't connect with your people, whether that is in whatever container you choose, whether that is in a Facebook group, whether that is in um what's it called, you know, Vox or whatever, if you're not, or TikTok, or if you don't show up, then they lose trust. And not just not show up, if you don't show up consistently, they lose trust. And this is a law of trust. Trust is not built like this. Trust is built day by day, day by day, day by day. And Brené Brown calls it the marble in the marble jar technique. Okay, it's understanding that your habits create the level of trust that you have in your community, not just your words, right? People are looking at actions and things like that as well. So if you're wondering why a class hasn't filled up and you're not consistently showing up for your community, I'm getting, actually, that's showing us, I can feel that energetically sending out shock waves. Okay, so can we release that? Because you cannot expect your community to show up for you if you are not energetically consistently showing up and serving your community. Okay, that's looking good. Thank you for that question. That helped a lot of people. Okay, Maria said, "Hi, Skylar. Is there a message and a healing that the angels would like me to know about the present moment? Thank you so much." Let's have a look. I'm sure there is. There always is. Okay, so the card that comes up is you are a light worker. God needs you to shine your divine light like an angel upon the earth and all of its inhabitants. Make a date, make a play date for one or more of your friends. So, whenever these two cards show up together, it's because we sometimes forget to minister to the people that are the closest to us. And when I was in a Marion Williamson event, I once heard her teach something very beautiful because her family's Jewish and she's from a Jewish background. And she explained that her mother taught her that, a woman's job is to spiritually protect the home. And I'm lucky because that's very much what I was taught and what I was raised is that a woman's job is to, you pray over the house and you pray over your family and you bless people. And that can be really blocked off by some of these ideas, whether it's, whatever manifestation technique. There's a lot of people that say that you can't manifest for other people or things like that. I believe that's absolute rubbish. Of course, you can manifest for other people. Otherwise, how did Jesus heal anybody, right? That's what God's grace is for. That's what a blessing is. That's what a miracle is. There are no other people. We are all one. Okay, so you're not manifesting for someone else anyway. You're manifesting for another aspect of you. What I would say is that you cannot abuse that. You cannot, or you, and if you try, that's where karma comes in. You can't manifest things that you want or try to use mind control on them because, that's going over to the Darth Vader sitting with you back there sort of energy. Sorry, I'm just getting really honest and raw with you guys, but it's just true. Okay, it's just the Darth Vader kind of energy over there. Anywhere where you start violating people's free will, it's no juju. But of course, you can manifest with someone for someone, particularly if they've asked you for that miracle or they've asked you for that breakthrough, right? So one of the things that with those two cards showing up together, it's showing me that you've forgotten to keep the spiritual light for the home. It's not just for manifesting things for our life, it's also for blessing those around us. So it's the angels really saying to you, please be an angel for us. Please start praying over the people, your roommates, your family members, your friends, because you're underestimating the power of your light and of your prayer. Oh, there we go. I'm actually being guided to share with you something my mum said to me this morning. So, my mum was talking about my granddad, and he passed away from Alzheimer's a few years ago. But he was very, very wise and very spiritual. And one of the things that he used to say to her when she was a young mother was that he didn't like all of the stuff of putting the weakest person first or putting the needs of the weakest member of a household first. He said if you need to energetically and spiritually protect the strongest person in the home, because if they fall, the weak person dies. Okay, so a lot of us are like, I'll take care of everyone else, I'll take care of everyone else, I'll take care of everyone else, not understanding that if something happens to you as a mother, as a partner, as the light of the home or as the light of the world, right? That a lot of other people are affected. And this became so evident to me, not just with my son, but also with my business, where I had some people, particularly last year, who went deeply into victim consciousness, and they were very upset that I wasn't letting them emotionally dump on me and that I was making them deal with what's it called, our actual customer service reps. But I had to hold that line and I had to hold it strong because I was dealing with people who were seriously sick. And I could not go into those spaces where I'm trying to hold the light for people who are really suffering after being, energetically or emotionally dumped on. So sometimes you have to protect the strongest light in the room, right? You can't let people put out your fire just because they think they're entitled to speak their truth. There's so much of this stuff going on in the spiritual community right now of, oh, I'm just speaking my truth. And it's just masquerading emotional abuse. It's just masquerading a wound that they think they have the right to vomit on you and take zero responsibility for. right? So there's a lot of times where spiritual truths are masquerading as spirit, like people use spiritual truths to disguise their ego or disguise their dark intentions. And it's sinister, but it is what it is, right? So you have to really trust your intuition, and you have to hold that boundary, and you have to let people misunderstand you. You have to let them judge you, because if you fall, then many other people will fall, right? So you have to understand that when you're a pillar of light, holding that light is effort, is work, because this world is a world filled with fear, right? We're in a time of global recession. We're in a time of massive outbreak and plague. So if you are a light worker and you are holding the light, know that you are important. Know that you matter. Know that there are many people who are not okay right now, right? Who are not able of holding light into the world. And that's exactly what we came here to do. So that energy that from the dark side that says put the weakest people first, no, you put God first every single time, and then comes you, and then you can serve others, right? But this energy of you put the weakest first, and that's spiritual, it's in reverse, it's upside down. God comes first because God is your strength, then comes you, right? Because you are the conduit, you are the light, you are the vessel for that strength. And a dirty vessel cannot shine light. A dirty vessel does not have energy. And it is your energy that changes the world. It is your energy that works the miracles. It is your energy that transforms and manifests for and holds the vortex, right? So when this affirmation in this angel card is so powerful, because Course in Miracles also has it. The Course in Miracles, one of the lessons is I am the light of the world, right? I am the light of the world. So anywhere where you are forgetting that you are the light of the world, and that means that you have to make sure, right, that unless you have a 1-year-old, before you feed them, you feed you, right? That means that before you're running around cleaning the house, you are putting the workout in. You are going for a walk. It means that, yes, you have to look after all the school stuff, but you are also planning at least one coffee or one walk with a friend. It means that you have to think about meeting your most basic human needs, whether as a mother or as a partner or as the light. But you have to make that space, even when other people aren't, even when other people are not doing their self-care. It's not like a want to, it is a must do. Okay, that's the angel she said to me, not must do, want to, like not want to, must do. It is a must, a must, a must. It's like that spiritual Zen master that's like, if you if you're like, the average person should meditate for 1 hour, for half an hour a day. If you think you're too busy, it's 2 hours. That's the energy you need to get into. If you think you're too busy for self-care, then you need 2 hours of self-care, not one. Oh, there we go. That's moving. Okay, it's looking a lot better. Jupiter's saying, good morning, lovelies. Good morning. Terry T, do the angels have any advice for my love life? I'm getting impatient. Okay, I'm going to go have a look. Let me see. So the card that came up for you is friendship. Make a play date with one or more friends. So I'm getting the feeling, right, that you are still isolating yourself. And I have a sneaky suspicion from what the angels are showing me that you're one of those people that can manage to isolate themselves because of the way that you talk and the way that you judge, right, in a room full of people. So can we release you from isolating yourself, even in crowded places, even in parties? Even you're giving off this, I don't want to be with anyone vibe, and people are irritating me. Go and spend time with your friends. Stop waiting to enjoy life when you discover your soulmate. I'm going to say something that's going to trigger the bejesus out of people, but you know what? I don't care. We're just doing our divine guidance here. I'm just telling you what God's telling me. I know you think you'll be happy when you meet your soulmate, but it's going to last about 3 minutes before you go back to being yourself. If you don't know how to be happy in yourself, you're really going to struggle to be happy in any relationship long term. And it's not just God that says this, there's study after study after study after study after study that proves this, right? And you're over 50% more likely to get divorced if you are not happy in yourself before you commit to a soulmate relationship. So please stop putting off happiness. I challenge you to dare to be happy now, not when you have the soulmate, not when you have the money, not when you have the kid, not when you have the giant following. Be happy. Do your divine guidance because it's what gives you the most happiness on earth. But stop waiting to be happy. There we go. Stop letting impatience and frustration and anger stop you from being grateful for what you have. And this was a theme. This was actually one of the other cards that came up around from one of the other people is like abundance is all around you, opportunity is all around you. You're just so used to having good things that they become, we're taking it for granted. So it's that phrase, familiarity breeds contempt. Oh, there we go. Can we release the contempt, please, that you have for your own life, your own family, your own friends, your own situation, so that you can be an angel for God? Okay, there we go. That's looking good. And as if you didn't need any more motivation, I'm going to be completely honest with you. When we play this game sometimes, right? Where we're like, oh, I'm not getting what I want quick enough. So I'm just going to be unhappy until God gives it to me. God is not your mommy, right? God is not sitting there upset that you are upset. And when it comes to who has more time, right? God definitely wins. So I deeply suggest that all of you that are in a power struggle with Creator leave immediately. So anyone who's in a power struggle with Creator and is like, I will be happy when you give me this stuff on my vision board, can we release that power struggle because it's just silly. The word pathetic comes to mind, okay? Let's just release that energy. There's absolutely no point. We're talking about the creator of the universe that has infinite time. The only person whose time you're wasting is yours. There we go. The only person who's feeling bad here is you because Creator does not play those games. Oh, can feel that moving. That was good. Okay. Kate Hodge is saying, I'd love any guidance around what I'm supposed to be doing for my business. What specific action is best for me right now? I'm so excited for Medical Intuitive, by the way. Thank you, Kate. Okay, let's do this. Let's shuffle our cards and see what comes up. Oh, okay. The card that comes up for you is Azure. So Azure is not just a color, which is like a specific shade of blue, but it's also a crystal and an ocean. Okay, so we're going to bring in the vibration of all three. It says your desired outcome will occur in the very near future. Have patience and faith, and don't try to force things to happen. The challenge card is worthiness. Know that you deserve to receive good in all ways. So there's a theme, right? Because there's been 2 or 3 people saying I'm impatient or I'm frustrated. So can we download you with Creator's perspective, definition, understanding of patience? Infinite patience, immediate results. There we go. Okay. So they're also showing me about comparison. So a lot of us compare ourselves to other coaches and to other spiritual teachers and to people that are further ahead on the journey than us. And there's nothing wrong with modeling or being inspired by other people, right? The problem comes when our ego uses it as a way of saying, you're never going to get there, you're never going to have that. And then it shuts us down, or it makes us feel not qualified to do what we are said we're going to do. Now, just a caveat here, if you're genuinely not qualified to do something, right? If you're not a doctor and you're running around saying you're a doctor, if you don't have any qualifications as a spiritual teacher and you're running around saying you're a spiritual teacher, unless you've actually been practicing or teaching, that is not imposter syndrome. That is actual imposter issues. Okay. An entitlement issue. So I'm just going to put that caveat in the corner and leave it over there, because I think the internet age has created a lot of very entitled energy around that space as well. And it's genuinely putting people in danger. So just be, as long as I know that's not coming up for you, but just for the people that it's relevant to, we're just going to leave that parked over there with your angels to help you deal with. Okay. So I can hear the laughter. But when it comes to, you stepping into that space, your unique guidance, right, is that your qualifications as a spiritual teacher don't come from the number of people following you on your TikTok or on your Instagram account or your YouTube. It doesn't come from the number of people on your email list. And that was one of the things that took me such a long time to understand, that you can not just have a good quality of life, right? But serve humanity to a huge extent with less than 100 people on your email list. It's the quality of your relationships, not the quantity of them, right? And you need to really understand that in your heart. It's not the quantity, it's the quality of your relationships. So can we release this belief that you have to have like this huge following or this huge to make a big impact or to be huge? And show you that it's the other way around. You get a huge following because you are making a big impact, right? The numbers follow the vibration, not the vibration following the numbers. So it's in reverse. And the angels are also showing me that some of you are going, I wish I was that person. I want to be the next Louise Hay. I want to be the next Vanna Steibel. So can we plug you into being the highest version of yourself? There we go. Now, the angels are showing me to say something that I've never really said before. So forgive me if it comes out of my mouth kind of awkward. Okay. So God gives us quite a lot of privacy, even in this day and age with social media and everything else. God gives us quite a lot of privacy. And that's why people say, this is someone's life, and like this tiny little dot in the middle is what you know about it. God gives you a lot of privacy inside your body, inside your thoughts. You do not other people, right? So when you look at someone's life from the outside, especially when you're just looking at it from their social media feed, it is not an accurate description of what they're going through. And when you are going, I wish I was that person, or they have such an amazing life, and you're tuning into them, you are then inside their frequency, often inside their aura at that moment, unless they're like me and they have protection and gifts and all sorts around. And if they are suffering, you will absorb their suffering. If they are ill, you will start to absorb that stuff too. If they are going through a difficult time romantically or financially, you really have to be more careful where you project your thoughts or where you project your energy. Okay. The videos, the teachings, the master classes, the masterminds that I run, when I am teaching, I am in my teacher state. But when I am home with my husband, with my son, when I'm going about my daily ordinary life, I am a human being. I get scared just like everybody else. I have dark moments just like everybody else. I have fear just like everybody else. It is not what I bring to my containers. But everybody needs areas of their life where they get to be completely 100% human. It's not energy I would wish on anybody, right? Those moments where I'm doubting myself as a wife or as a mother, or those moments where I'm dealing with, you know, trauma from the miscarriages that I've had, or from the years that I lost to an illness, that is not a vibration you want. And it's not a vibration I would ever bring into a container I hold, but it is a vibration you can pick up if you're tuning into me when I'm not teaching and you're trying to project into my space. Right. So this happens to a lot of other coaches that are not as spiritually sensitive. They don't even know it's happening. So unless and it may be happening to some of you actually, that's what the angels are showing me. So can we just throw out anybody that's tuning into you via social media that's not for your highest and best good and at inappropriate times? And can we create an energetic protection system? So I kind of use like an energetic security system. It's like an energetic AI security system that holds an energetic boundary, not just around me, but around my life and around my home. And what I do is I put energetic gifts, so roses, gold, diamonds, crystals, soft teddy bears, packets of divine love, packets of divine abundance, packets of reassurance, packets of worthiness and power and safety and security. I place over 1 million of these gifts. So I do 1 million around my TikTok channel, 1 million around my Instagram, 1 million around my YouTube, 1 million around my Facebook profile. And then I put 1 million actually around the business and the website as well. And I do this every day so that people who are coming get this affirmation that there is enough energy, there is enough abundance, there is enough connection. But I do this from God's light. So they're not taking my aura, they're not taking from my chakras, they're not directly pulling my energy, which they will do unconsciously without even meaning to. Right? The other thing that I put in my gifts, which I've never told anybody before, so you guys are lucky bunnies, right? Is I put maps out, energetic maps, maps to go home to creator, maps to connect to your angels, maps to becoming psychic, because so many people come to me, even energetically, going, show me how to heal. That's a map. From sickness to health is a map. From a poverty to abundance is a map. So they're asking me for a blueprint, a map of how do I get from where I am to where you are. And I program these energetic maps so that when somebody touches them, their creator makes the right version for them, because their map for health is not my map for health, right? But that God meets people, creator meets people energetically where they are. And at that stage, very often when people are seeking out guidance, seeking out spiritual teachers, it's because they've forgotten about their higher power. They might be aware of the range of their higher self, but they've forgotten about God, and they've forgotten that they are divine in that energy. Okay, there we go. So I don't like be like, oh, they should know. They don't know. So I put maps out so they can find their way home. And sometimes it's not every day, but I will set up energetic portals for the nature realms, portal for the angel realms, portals for creator, so that they can kind of instantly zap up. There we go. And you can do the exact same thing. But it's why whenever you tap into my YouTube channel, whenever you tap into my TikTok, whenever you tap into my Facebook, you will get a buzz of energy, because I put those gifts there for you. I knew you would be hungry. I knew you would be tired. I knew you would be weary. I knew you would be lonely. I knew you would be scared. And I energetically made the effort to meet you there before you got here. And you can do the exact same thing for the people that you are here to serve. There you go. Oof. Okay, I'm doing a project right now, but I had only one person. I'm wondering if I should go with it or just refund it and call it a day. What do the angels have advised for me? Thank you. I'm really seeing that energy, like our card for today was rest and rejuvenation. So I'm really seeing that energy of just call it a day. Like enough. It's very, I would say at least 50% of the time when an event doesn't fill up, it's because you are tired. You have no energy to give it, right? You're going through the motions, but you're not actually in it. So can we just give you permission to do that? There we go. Okay. Sam, glad that you're listening, catching you live. Awesome. It's nice to see you too. Okay, listen to sing. I want to thank you, Sky, from the bottom of my heart because of one of your meditations saved my life 2 years ago. Oh, Lucinda, thank you very much. And Bunny Mitch is saying, any advice for moving house? Change the locks, vacuum the energy, really, really vacuum the energy. Like we're going to get Archangel Michael in to just vacuum the energy of your new house and to cut all cords and pull all your energy out from your old home because we put a lot of energy into our homes and then we wonder why we're so drained. And you want to download your energy, like that energy of your highest self, your highest good, your highest potential, your deepest nurturing into your new home. So let's just do that for everybody that's moving house now. Angels, do it and show me. Archangel Raphael's coming in super strong for that. Okay. Okay, I like this one. Says, hello, Sky. If possible, can you make the angels tell me something good about my future? If they have any advice, that would be amazing. Okay, last one. Yeah, can I make them? No, I can't make them, but thankfully I don't have to. I just have to ask. Oh, look, and the card you got is Crystal. Have faith and hope because something positive and new is on the horizon that you can't see yet. Stay optimistic. Your dreams are coming true. Don't quit right before the miracle occurs. So we're back to the angels really warning us to watch our thoughts, stay focused on the outcome that we desire, be really honest about what we feel like doing. So one of the reasons I like quantum jumping so much is that I can quantum jump into November, December, May, and decide what dates to put in based on the energy I am at in that space. And it's been a lifesaver with things like burnout. It's been a lifesaver with things like scheduling. There was a lot of people that put pressure on me to do a medical intuitive in May of last year. And if I'd done that, I would have been completely burnt out based on where my marriage was, based on where my son was. But financially, it made loads of sense. But energetically, it was just, and even like life season wise, it would have made no sense. So I use quantum jumping a lot to make decisions and to figure out where I'm going to go and what I'm going to do and when I'm going to do it, not just for programs, but for holidays, for date nights, um, for time to connect with my son. So it's really, really, really important to like look into the future, not just like long distance, what's going to happen next year, which a lot of us are doing now, but short term, like what is going to happen this Friday, what's going to happen this Thursday, what's going to happen on Sunday, and make the little tweaks because dreams are not made in the goals we set for the week. Dreams are made in the goals we set for the day, right? And the habits that we create on a daily basis. Okay, so let's just release all the doubt that we have that it's not going to happen for us, that our dreams aren't coming true. And instead, choose the truth. If something hasn't manifested right now and you're exhausted and God is telling you to rest, then focus on that. If something is coming in the future and you're working towards it and you're not sure if it will happen, start telling yourself, God is working behind the scenes. My God is great. My God parted the Red Sea. My God let Jesus walk on water. Right? My God created a miracle baby. Right? My God loves every person on this earth. My God loves me. Of course, it's going to happen. But you have to talk to yourself about how great God is. Not try and talk yourself out of the doubts that you have. Talk yourself into loving God, cherishing God, that reciprocal relationship. Many of us are asking God to love us, and it happens. God loves us, but we refuse to give that love back. And then it blocks the energy because giving and receiving is like the in and out breath of life. Oh, there we go. That's good. Okay. Last one. Hi, Sky. Can you tell me why I'm exhausted and how to heal and overcome it? Thank you so much. It's the last healing I'm going to do today, but I can just see like from head to toe energetically, you're covered in cords. So spiritual hygiene, spiritual hygiene, spiritual hygiene. Okay. Every single time you finish a reading, cut cords, energy break. Every single time that you pray for someone, connect them up to Creator, disconnect them from yourself. It, the more you do spiritual work, the more likely you are to get lazy around this or forget around this or do lip service to this. Oh, yeah, I disconnected my energy. Oh, yeah, but just because you don't like being caught out, right? But if you don't energetically let them go, that has a price tag attached. They will drain your energy, they will make you feel exhausted, and they will do it sometimes for months or years because they don't know they have their own connection to God. Okay. So can we just stop paying lip service to our spiritual hygiene, please, and pull up our bootstraps? Can you genuinely ask Archangel Michael to come in and vacuum your energy of other people's emotions, thoughts, beliefs, worries, resentments, projections, negative thought forms, regrets, rejections? Plug all the people that are in your auric field, in your heart, in any organ of your body, in any area of your multidimensional being that shouldn't be there, straight into God's light and remove them from your space. And then energetically repairing your aura, repairing your chakras. Gosh, that was a big shift already. That includes your children, that includes your family, that includes your soulmate. Yeah, I got you. I see you guys messing around with this. You do not mess around with this. Remember what we said? You have to put your God first, then your energy. Stop putting other people's energy in front of yours. There we go. Ooh. Okay, so lovelies, I have to run. I have another few medical intuitive calls to do. I love you all so much. If you want to jump on, there's still time to get onto this round of medical intuitive mastermind. Let's do our closing prayer. O great spirit, Father, Sky, Mother, Earth, the winds, the waters, my father, my mother, Atanaha, all that is. We thank you for our lives and we thank you for these good, good people. We thank you for all that we are and all that we are to become. We dedicate our time spent together and our relationships with one another to you. We ask that our suffering be ended and our pain be lifted to the love and to the peace that lay beyond. Aho, Amen, Namaste.